Hello guys, good afternoon. You welcome back to my channel. My name is Olivia. If you just see me for the first time, thank you, welcome. I'm a Nigerian who lives here in South Africa with my family, and I make various content. I'm sure you like it here on this channel. Please do well to hit on the subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, and when you do, hit on the bell sign. That's where you'll be notified of my subsequent videos, okay? And to all my returning subscribers, thank you very much. So without further ado, let's jump right into the videos. My last video, I talked about the South African election. Of course, we are going to talk about South African election. On my last video, I'm talking about how South Africans in diaspora, like abroad, voted, even though they are not presently living in South Africa, which is their country, but the South African government made it possible and made provisions, arrangements and all whatnot for them to be able to vote as bona fide South African citizen. And yeah, it was very alarming for me, and I compared it with the experience we have as Nigerians who live in diaspora, that we are not able to vote. In fact, I didn't even know that being able to vote was a thing. Like, I didn't know that a country, like if you're a citizen of a country and you do not live in the country presently or at the time, that you will be able to vote. Okay, so I didn't even know. And yeah, it was very, it's still something that baffles me, and something I really appreciated. Okay, so it's something that baffled me a lot, and I really appreciated it about South African and their government. Okay, so like, if you don't know, I'm a Nigerian. I don't know if I mentioned it. I live in South Africa, and I am in the shoes of someone that is from a country like Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. I do not live in Nigeria presently, and I wish I'm able to get the opportunity to vote like South Africans did get the opportunity to vote. However, that being said, yeah, it was a beautiful thing, and I can link the video, or just check my previous video if you want to watch that video. Now, like, let me just put this disclaimer: I'm not a politician. I do not talk about politics. In fact, I don't even know a lot about politics. I'm just making this video as an African that just wish for a better Africa and a better Nigeria. Okay, so yeah, in today's video I want to talk about how South Africans voted. Okay, now, South Africa election, that 2024 has come, and yes, that's what we are going to be talking about. So I'm not a political analyst. I'm not about to analyze what happened in the vote and like the nitty-gritties of the vote. I don't even know, honestly. Of course, I'm a Nigerian who is in South Africa, and I did not vote, so I'm not about to analyze the vote and anything, but I just want to compare how it happened. Like, I just want to just react to how the voting went. With the my basis of comparison is Nigeria, my country, where I come from. We had our elections last year, also 2023. So let me just talk about how South African elections went as compared to Nigerian election. I'm not comparing, but I'm comparing, kind of. Okay, if you know, you know what I'm trying to talk about. So let me just start by saying that the way South Africans politics is different from the way Nigerian politics is, somehow, in the sense that in South Africa here, from what I noticed from this particular, I think I already know it, but of course this last election that held a few days ago now reiterated the point that South Africans do not vote for a person. Like, the way our president is right now, presently, President Cyril Ramaphosa is the president. If you in South Africa, if you want to vote, you're not voting for Cyril Ramaphosa, okay, President Cyril Ramaphosa. You're voting for his party. Okay, so in Nigeria, the way our President Tinubu is now, if he wants to come again, to be re-elected again, we're going to be voting for President Tinubu, the person of President Tinubu. But in South Africa, you're not voting for the person of president, but you're voting for the party. I don't know. If you're not a South African, I know you may not understand it, but okay, we vote for a political party, or South Africans vote for a political party rather than a person. while in Nigeria we vote for the person rather than the political party. Okay, that's one difference. And yeah, you guys should please explain better if I'm not explaining it properly, if you're a South African here. So South African has different political parties, just like Nigeria has different political parties. There's ANC, which is the ruling political party as at the time of the election. There's EFF, there's MK, there's DA, and the other political parties. Okay, these are the main prominent ones. But if you want to vote now, you're not voting for the person, the head of the, although at the end of the day, the head of the political party will still be the leader, right? But you're kind of voting for the party, if that makes sense. But in Nigeria, you're voting for maybe P2B. You're not voting for Labour Party. Okay, P2B is in Labour Party. You're not voting for Labour Party, you're voting for P2B. You're not voting for President Tinubu's party. You're voting for President Tinubu, something like that. That's how it works. And another thing that I want to also point is that South Africa, I didn't know that somebody wrote and told and said something on the comment section. Let me just read it. So somebody said to me that, okay, 27th and 28th May, old senior citizens are voting from home. Oh my God. So it's apparently happens that older people, very old people, who may not be able to, come out to vote, would here in South Africa would vote from home. I don't know if they vote online or if they take the voting things to vote to them, but apparently I guess it may be online, but they vote from home here in South Africa, which is another different thing between South Africans politics or election and Nigerian election. Nobody votes from home from Nigeria. Even if you're old, you come out to the voting station to vote in Nigeria. We are not yet there, but here in South Africa, apparently all senior citizens who want to vote from home can cast their vote from home. And of course, diasporans who are South Africans can vote in the diaspora, whichever diasporan country which they live. And yeah, that's another one that wowed me. In voting in South African election, the diasporans voting wowed me, and the fact that senior citizens can also vote from home wowed me. I don't know how many countries do that, even countries in Africa or countries abroad. I don't know how many countries do it, but for the fact that South Africans do it, it's a good thing. Okay, South Africans, big ups to you guys. So I just want to talk about the election. For me, I feel the election day on the 29th of May 2024, I feel the difference between South African and Nigerian election was that okay, first of all, similarities. Of course, both countries will observe a holidays for the election day. As South Africans, on that day, it was also a holidays. Yeah, kids did not go to school, people did not go to work. You had to go and vote, and yeah, that's one thing. But is there any other similarity? Another similarity, I would say that because people go and vote, there are polling stations around you. Depending on where you stay, there was a polling station by our gate there where people park their cars and they were going to vote. One difference I would say is that I think South Africans were voting till night, real late in the night. I was watching the TV and people were still casting their votes. And I think Nigerian election, there was a cap, there was a time cap. I don't know the exact time cap, right? Whether it was 6 or 7 and you could no longer vote. Yeah, I think so. Correct me guys if you're a Nigerian here and you really know the exact cap. So I don't think voting still went on at night. I know that for Nigerian election last year, people were still hanging around the polling station because they wanted to be sure that their votes will count. They were still there in the night, but they were no longer voting. Votings have closed. But South Africans, I think you could still walk in or drive and just go and cast your vote in the night. That was one difference, and yeah, which is okay. I think that's how they organized it or something like that. And another thing is that one difference is that since here in South Africa on that election day, everywhere was just calm, quiet, and there was no tension on the air. That's for what I observe. I don't know if it's because I'm a foreign, I'm a migrant or something. I didn't feel the tension. South Africans, tell me, did you guys feel the tension? Because I know that when Nigerians are doing their election, oh my God, there's usually tension and people are just having a lot of feelings of, okay, I hope we are going to be safe if we go there, because in past years there could be a situation whereby, ballot boxes can be snatched out or something like that, and people will not vote. So there's some form of tension, one form of tension or the other in Nigeria during election. In fact, I don't know, could it be the same culture about Nigerian culture whereby we are very noisy people? There's kind of, is I don't know how to explain it, but there's tension. People are tense, voters are tense, even politicians themselves are tense. Everybody is tense. But I feel as though there was in the atmosphere here in South Africa, there was no kind of tension. I didn't feel it. Maybe South Africans themselves can tell me, but me, I don't feel there was tension. People were just chill and calm about the whole thing, and people went and casted their vote. When it comes to coming out to vote, South Africans really came out to vote. Yeah, big ups to them, which is a good thing. South Africans came out in their masses to vote, just like Nigerians came out in their masses to vote. South Africans in South Africa came out in their masses to vote, both old and young, so yeah, they came out in their masses to vote. And another difference I will also note is that during election in Nigeria, oh my god, there are a lot of posters, I don't know, posters on the wall. Okay, say something like vote DA, vote EFF, vote APC, or ANC, all those, votes. They were just the political parties and their leaders. Yeah, there are posters everywhere, and there are also political rallies. Even a day to that day, there are a lot of rallies. In fact, you see politicians and their talks all over the place. It's also kind of the tension that happens. Like, people are tense. The politicians are tense. Their boys and their aides and all their guys, everybody around them are tense, and people are tensed. Okay, in fact, you will definitely know that something is happening. Everywhere is rowdy, and in some cases in Nigeria, because politicians are politicians, in some cases in Nigeria, a few days to the election, politicians will come and start sharing food, sharing arms, sharing money. I don't know if it happened last year, but I know that in the previous years it used to happen. Politicians will come and start, kind of, they want you to vote for them. So they come and start sharing money to the people in the villages, to the less privileged communities. Tell me, guys, in South Africa, I didn't see anywhere where it happened. I didn't see, of course, I'm not going to see if it happens, but I don't think it happened in South Africa where foods were shared by a political party. Like I said, in Nigeria, we vote for the person. Okay, why in South Africa, the South Africans will vote for the party, like they are voting for EFF or MK or DA or whichever party it is. Okay, so that's one thing. Yeah, basically that's one, and those are the differences I would say. And yeah, nothing much. I think I like the fact that everywhere was chill and calm in South Africa, and yeah, people really came out to vote. And honestly, it's a good thing that people are voting. Diasporans voted, and of course people here in South Africa voted, and people, I don't know, of course migrants won't be able to vote, but yeah, the voting was peaceful enough. No casualties or nothing like that. It was a peaceful election. Yes. And another one, very importantly, that here in South Africa, as the votes were coming out, the parties that won, say in Northwest now, the parties that won in Northwest, if EFF won, you'll be seeing it. They'll be counting it on the television, on the ENC. You'll be seeing the votes as people are, as this political party is winning or the other one is winning. You will see, the hierarchy of how the votes went on the TV. Okay, that's transparency. I would say that when it comes to transparency with the counting of the votes, compared to Nigeria and South Africa, I would say that South Africans, we are more transparent, because we are seeing, this party is winning in KZN, this party is winning in Northwest, this party is winning in Gauteng, this party is not, we are seeing the percentages on the TV, like the transparency. You see how the votes are coming out. But in Nigeria, those form of transparency, people actually clamored for that form of transparency. In Nigeria, there was, we counted the votes in the polling station and uploaded it to the whatever. We were meant to upload it to a website like that, but on that day, the website was down. Something like that. That was, it wasn't as transparent as we want it to be. Let me just put it that way. whereas in South Africa they were counting the votes and we were seeing it. Anyway, that's what all I have to say. I think the South African election was successful, and I'm sure the South Africans are happy with whatever the results are. Of course, we are hoping that the best political party will win, and the political party that will serve the country, the people better. Let them win. Let the best man win. And yeah, I'm sure the best man won. I believe so. And I'm sure people casted their vote. And I'm sure that if South Africa is good, South African can be better. So I wish them the best. I wish the outcome of the election, I wish it's what the people desire and the change that people want, because in every election, no matter where it is in the world, people desire change, people want people want fresh government, and there's something that may not be working that people want or hoping that the next government will make work. And I hope that South Africans get it in this particular election. Yeah, tell me what you think on the comment section, but I'll just say that I like the atmosphere here in South Africa during this election. And I was just watching the news, though I was not watching it so much, but my husband will always come back and say, okay, let's see what's going on, let's see the parties that is leading in this province or this province or this province. And yeah, basically the elections have come and gone, and everything went fine. And I commend the South African government for how free and fair the election was, and I pray that whatever did not go well, let it go well in the next election, hopefully. And I said the good things that they've been doing, like making the diasporans vote, let them continue doing it, making the senior citizens, the older people, being able to vote at home. Let there be inclusivity. Okay, that's the word, right? Inclusivity. I would say in terms of inclusivity, is that the word? South African takes it, okay, because South African includes obviously the diasporans when it comes to their election. They include the old people, they include everybody, everybody that is of voting age. But Nigerian, we need to work on that inclusivity in the next election, so that those Nigerians in diaspora will be able to vote in the next election, and the old citizens, I think we should be able to adopt and emulate this kind of good things that a fellow African country is doing. My dear Nigerians, if they are old citizens or old people that are not able to vote, let's be able to include them and make sure that they can vote at home. We need to work on our technology. We need to be able to make sure that there's a free and fair election for the next coming election. I'm talking to my dear Nigerians right now and my Nigerian government. Okay, yeah, but I really appreciate everything. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please share your thoughts with me on the comment section. If you're Nigerian or if you're South African, do you have any other thing to contribute, and what do you think on the comment section? Share, comment, like, and share this video. Okay, share this video, and I will see you in my next one, guys. Bye bye.